You might accept who you have become today. And that's a daily occurrence that we each move through, but I'll go first. I'll accept who I have become today so I can tell everyone else. And if this is your first time here to my channel, please subscribe and share with others because I want to give this information to as many people as I can. I'm talking about a message that I received actually a year ago on this date. And as I have often said, I receive information, precognitive information that is aligned with what is happening in our world, which is why I created all of my work. But telling others about that and getting you to believe it was really challenging. And because of that, I wasn't accepting who I had become. But I'm going to read the message that's on there today because there's something else that you can listen to which will tell you what I mean. And it's a recording of another session, a Wilhelm session that I did a year ago on this day, as a matter of fact. And this is the message. It's on my site, anyadvicefortoday.com, so you can go there and read it. I'll put a link in the video as well. But today is your day again. We refer to a message we provided on this date last year and a live conversation that you and our messenger would do well to take to heart. Many of you have not moved to the place of self-acceptance we suggested. If you had, your life and world would be much better than they are now. We have given you everything. But then it takes us back to 2023. Every day is your day when you decide to honor who you are and your physical life journey. But today will hold special significance for you and your world. We have said you were restructuring both you and your world. So the conditions of both might have caused you to experience more fear and doubt. That is also why we planned a live conversation today and provided the following message in 2012. You evolve in your awareness, which requires the utilization of linear time, and you come to understand what we provide in your present moment. You and your world, you are in the world to offer something that will enhance your life and planet, but it is always up to you to accept it, and we will continue to remind you. And then we go back to 2012. In order that you might manifest and create the physical life experience you desire, it becomes crucial for you to practice acceptance. Acceptance is the mental process that allows you to begin the physical process. When you practice acceptance, you are affirming that all things are possible. When you practice acceptance, you affirm that you are deserving of your desires. When you practice acceptance, you acknowledge that you do indeed have access to talents and abilities that are natural and inherent to you. It is not possible when you are practicing that acceptance for you to unknowingly derail, if you will, your desired physical life journey. Now, that was the message that came through, but in 2012, I couldn't have told you what that meant, but I do know what it means today. I was given a philosophy. It's called Your Life Operating Instructions, which I've turned into a program called Your Last Development Program. The reason I have done that is because we're moving through a transition in our world. We will each go through our individual ascension process or self-actualization. That's energy. Everything in the universe is energy. We must come to understand that. But we're also programmed. We're programmed to believe something limiting that had existed before. Our world does the same thing, which is what's happening now. And so I'm told that the world is going to change and it's going to be a little disruptive and chaotic, and we're going to see things coming up, but they're going to come up within us first because we are the ones who are creating our world. And when we decide to accept our rightful place in the world, then we have everything that we want. There is a video that's attached to that message that was done on August 1st, 2023, and you will hear everything in there. It talks about how this work healed my life of everything that people thought were impossible. And that's exactly what's happened. Actually, another thing has healed even since that recording, because that's what happens when you become aligned with who you are. The universe brought you into the world to do that, to align with who you are. It was just that I was given a guide. But the other thing you will hear in there is that they say, Wilhelm says, you didn't believe Jesus or Buddha either. So I knew you weren't going to believe me, and most people couldn't even hear what I was saying all these years, and I understand that. And I spent the last 4 years kind of making myself less and going broke because I'm trying to get everyone else to understand. You will hear that in that video, and I hope that you do listen to it. But what I know is that every single person is born with worth and value, that all they have to do is develop it. And to develop it, you must move beyond your limited thinking and what has been programmed into you. The difference is what you will hear in there is that I sat down and wrote it down every day. When we talk about self-actualization or ascension or anything like personal development. Well, I did all of it. I wrote it down for 35 years. And now I'm at 73 and I'm healing and getting younger all the time. That's what happens when you become aligned with who you are. And I have that for everyone. And I'm saying this because if you're not living the life that you want to have, or if you're struggling, if you're afraid, if you're doing any of those things, it's because you want to. I wish I could tell you it was something different, but it isn't. Because, see, I've done that. I've held myself back because I wasn't going to take the steps. And my problem was this generational belief that I had to save everyone, and that's never going to happen. It's not going to happen in our world now, and it's not going to happen in your life. That's when we go around, we keep blaming everyone else for the horrible conditions that we're living in. And I'm saying, no, I have a plan that you no longer have to do that. And I know that I have the plan because you can hear so many people who have done it, who have who have shown the results of that. But I will admit, and this is why I'm changing. I told everyone I was changing on August 1st, and I'm changing because I haven't done all of it. I have so much information. You'll hear I could write books, I could do so many things, but I was holding back, waiting for everyone else. You might have done that too, especially if you're this empath, if you're this really caring person and you want to help everyone, you could have done that. You'll hear that in that video. And I'm telling you, so this is why I'm also, when I work with you, when you listen to a channeling session, you see I can answer any question. I can answer any question. When I do a private channeling session with someone, I can answer any question that you might be having because I access a different realm of consciousness. We all have it. We just have different levels that we live in individually and our world lives in collectively. That's what's happening. And so the work that I was given was meant to uplift humankind at this time of transition in our world. But that can only happen if I decide to accept who I am and encourage more to do the same thing. I know every person is born with this worth and value, which is why on my website, you'll see it says, you are a gift to humankind, and that's what I know. You will see a video, you'll see a message in that session that says your story, and it's about your story being important. That is every single person. But because we've been programmed into other things, we can't understand what that is or we don't accept it. It's the reason that I always talk about cognitive dissonance, because we all have it. We look at something and it's presented to us and we'll say, nope, that can't be me. I can't do it because we've programmed ourselves or we've believed the programming that we've received, because we all have it, every single person. There's not a single person alive who knows what's going to happen in the world in the future, but we can create it when we decide to own who we are because we understand energy now. We understand how we can use energy to not only heal our lives, but our world. I was just given a pathway. And so that's what I'm telling you. And so at this moment, you can come into the program. Anybody can afford it. That's why I'm saying this. So I'm saying that because if you're still struggling, if you don't know where you are, if you're lost, which could be happening for so many people now, you no longer have to do that because I've created a plan for you. And now I'm going to finish it. And I hope you finish your plan because it was given to you. And when you start to own and love who you are, you will have everything that you want. Abundance is energy as well, meaning money. So when you're not owning who you are, you're not allowing that to come in. I wasn't doing that because I was trying to get everyone else. And you can't do that either. You have to take care of yourself. You are the most important person in your life. So please start living that now. That's what I'm doing today. Check out everything and if you just check out everything and you will get so much information. And I love for you, when you listen to that video, you will understand everything that I'm saying now. All right. See you guys soon.